Alrighty then, guys, it is the Burger Knight 2 here, and today we got this infamous gameplay. This is what you guys decided to vote for, and I thank all who came to vote. Number two in the voting, which was C, which I believe was the Scorpion gameplay. So, the Scorpion gameplay will be next after this Kiparis gameplay, and let's get on with it. So, I'm using the Kiparis with grip. This was actually suggested to me by a dude, the unofficial King of Ireland, Crowhorn himself. Now, I'm using grip on it. Now, most people, I think, when you see the Kiparis, or if you're thinking about using the Kiparis, you're going to say, well, it's like the Scorpion, and as it only has 20 rounds in the clip, so you're going to want to throw on extended mags. But this is pretty beast with grip. Grip, it decreases the recoil a bit, makes it a bit more manageable in the long-range shots. Up close, this thing is a monster. You'll just destroy people with this thing up close. Medium range, not too bad, but I mean, you know, obviously you do much better with an assault rifle at medium range, but you can still manage to pull it off, and I think that's because of the grip attachment on this thing. You can see that I'm using Scavenger Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Ninja Pro. Scavenger Pro, I decided to throw that on simply because I wanted to get as most kills as possible with the Kiparis and not have to pick up another gun. Sleight of Hand Pro is pretty obvious. Ninja Pro, I probably shouldn't have been running Ninja Pro, but at the time I was like on this Ninja Pro like hype. And Marathon would be the more suggested perk for this, because with the SMG, you know, that's what it's going to do. Get that Marathon on there, because I mean, I think it depends on really the SMG you're using. I think Scavenger is a necessity. I mean, look at that, like right there. If you strafe with the grip, you can pretty much be very successful with this and decrease the recoil a lot. That's another, I think it's a tip that not a lot of people really think of, and it really works well on the FAMAS. Works well to an extent on the AUG because they have very similar recoils. But strafing, if on certain guns like the FAMAS, the recoil tends to go up to the right, and if you strafe to like the left, or you keep like strafing back and forth, it actually decreases the recoil. And if you've ever seen any of like the major commentators like using the FAMAS, you'll know, like, always thinking, wow, why does his FAMAS always have less recoil than my FAMAS? It's probably because he's strafing. And it might sound like, you know, like, well, no, you strafing to the left wouldn't decrease recoil or anything like that. But believe me, it actually does work. It's either that or pop fire. And, you know, I mean, either way, you're going to be very successful. So, let me talk about the kill streaks I'm running on this video. I'm running the Counter Spy Plane, the Blackbird, and the Attack Dogs. Now, this is a very good kill streak. I actually stole this from a guy named Thunder Toro. Some of you guys might know Thunder. He's pretty beast, and he runs with this setup a lot, and I kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, you know, basically the counter spy plane, they're going to be blind, and you can run up behind people, and they have no idea where you are. Blackbird is, I mean, that's obvious. And attack dogs, you know, attack dogs can't get shot down, so they're pretty fun. So you'll see I go on a little terror, constantly rushing, constantly trying to find the spawns, just running laps around the map. And that's basically what you have to do with the Kiparis. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about this video, is this is on Crisis. Crisis, I've yet to meet someone who likes Crisis, or, you know, it's in their top 5 maps of Black Ops. There's just something about Crisis. I think it's the magnitude of it. I think it's a very large map, and that's what he said. But I think it's just, I mean, like, I think what really makes Crisis so bad in my eyes is that this whole back part I'm running here, and that's A, Domination, I think that's, like, unnecessary, and it's just too large. And that's what she said again. Ho ho ho. But it's just, I don't know, I just can never like Crisis for some reason. I don't know if it's, like, the coloring of the map, you know, the setting of the map. It's just something about it. I think it's just, I don't know. It sort of reminds me of a derail without snow, kind of, almost. Like, that's the kind of feeling I get from it. It's like a derail without snow for me. I just, you know, I don't know. I'll play Array over Crisis any day. And Array is actually, you know, I'm changing my attitude about Array. It's not that bad. Yeah, I actually picked up the sniper for a bit, and was using the sniper on Array, and it's surprising. I was at a low level, and I just prestiged, 7th prestige now, level about 25 as we speak. You know, I actually bought the WA2000, threw a variable zoom on there, and played a couple games on array, and it was pretty successful. Played a couple team death matches. You know, I'm getting more comfortable with the snipers, and I think if I keep using the once I get to the L96 this prestige, I'm going to try to use it a bit more, and hopefully I'll get some gameplay from for you guys with the L96, because everybody likes snipers. No matter what we say, no matter what people say about snipers, everybody loves snipers. Everybody loves, well, not everybody loves snipers. Everybody loves sniper gameplays. That's what I mean to say. What else going to talk about? I think I'm going to have a live commentary session of zombies. I'm not going to say anything. This is highly secret, need-to-know basis stuff, and the only person that needs to know is myself. So sometime this week I'll be releasing that after I release the 3 videos that were voted for in this last video I had. So I think definitely I wasn't surprised with the voting, how the voting went. I was kind of hoping more people would vote for the MPL one, because that was, personally, the MPL was my favorite gameplay out of the 4. I kind of thought that people wouldn't vote for the Stadium one, just because I threw in, like, you know, 9-0 with the Scorpion and 11-1 with the MPL, and then this bad boy gameplay. I mean, when you throw in like an average TDM into the mix of, like, you know, these 3 other games that are worth like SMGs that you don't really see that often, I think that's definitely not going to get voted for. But I think I'm going to try for another gameplay on Stadium, just because I rewatched the 25-4 with the G11. It was actually the very first time I had gone through Stadium, so it wasn't really that action-packed, and I had no idea where I was going. It was more like a chicken with his head cut off, that kind of thing. So I think I'm going to try for another gameplay, but whatever. So what can we talk about? We can talk about tips and tricks with the SMGs. I mean, you'll see me. I'll try. I'm always trying to find like the route that's not going to. You never want. Basically, what I'm trying to get to is you never want to go to the long lines of sight. Black Ops is pretty notorious for having very long lines of sights. I mean, just look at this right now. If someone saw me at the other end of the sand there, I would have been dead in an instant. I mean, you've got to kind of sneak around, stick on the outsides of the map, and I'm sounding like Scene Anders right now. This is always the tips you give. You know, stick on the outsides of the map. Try not to run away from like very long lines of sights, because unless you're like so confident in your shot, you know, you're not going to win the gunfights unless they have a Kiparis as well. But I highly doubt it. You know, that's another thing. I don't think I've maybe been killed by a Kiparis. Like, it doesn't feel like I've been killed by a Kiparis that much. You just don't see it. But yeah, I mean, that's the basic tips. I mean, I don't really think I need to give that many tips. I mean, I think there's so many other videos out there, and it's just been done before of people talking about tips for SMGs, and Black Ops for that matter. Although, you know, I can't really say, because I mean, there's been lots of tips about SMGs and the other Call of Duties, but not so much in Black Ops, because I think the AK-74U in this game has overshadowed the other SMGs so much, and I know there's lots of people out there who use the other SMGs. And I know you guys' voice will be heard. I mean, these other SMGs, they're out there. You know, they might not be as powerful, but if you get a good score with them, you know, you did something right. So yeah, guys. I mean, it's coming up on the end here. So the next gameplay I'll be bringing you is the Scorpion gameplay, which is very fun. I actually just watched that gameplay again. You guys are gonna enjoy that one a lot. It's very fast-paced, and it's pretty funny to watch me use the Scorpion. So, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. So if, you know, go ahead and give it a like and comment all you want, and, you know, maybe you should try out the Kiparis. I really suggest you should try out the Kiparis. It's a load of fun. Hell, you can even use the dual wield with it, but I wouldn't suggest it, but go ahead if you want to. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it. It is Kevin here, signing out. Look out for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the Scorpion. So, peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace!